I just opened the code of this, and it's crazy. It's unprintable.
I want to be super.
If we like simplify it, I think it could still work because like.
So do you know that this is all?
Oh, this is like there's a red line that.
No, like this.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like.
Yeah, I understand. I can see it.
Not like cut out.
I can fix it. Like I used to work with that.
That's right. You killed me with those kills.
Are you private?
Nice. Okay. Anyway, so like when I make like.
Like it takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think.
It's like.
We do like that and make it like one.
Well, I don't know. I don't know as well.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Imagine the look
Environment, jakby projektować, jakby są sprzęt. Tylko składowy oczywiście nie. Tak, kwadratowo się nie da. Fine way. I generalnie łączy się ze sobą te dźwięki dosyć często. Jak jeden chodzi na drugi, to one się stają się bardziej skomplikowane dźwięki. Właśnie tak. No te dźwięki coraz lepiej brzmią. To jest sine wave bardzo takie podstawowe. Generalnie wysyłają MIDI, wysyłają informacje do Dała, czyli do programu, one sam sobie nie robią. One sterują Instagramem, tego programu. Jest sampler, który sampler dźwięk jakiś tam. Albo na jakieś wysokości, albo po prostu
seeing them, it will catch from
sampler właśnie samplera.
So can we start?
Że co?
Sometimes it asks.
This. No, we are starting session.
But we like stay like.
Yes, no problem. But you need to disconnect and take your. We can start.
Chris, do you have the? Did we open the presentation by the host? For the host?
Właśnie to jest tak.
Yes, much better.
Ten tworzy się.
Ja tak to jest tak programem wysyłałem sobie sygnał MIDI.
Sygnał jest taki uniwersalny pomiędzy fizycznym hardwarem a oprogramowaniem. Tak generalnie wysyła to sygnał MIDI
is not the one.
I to sobie dźwięk od speakera.
I will send it
No i to jeszcze nawet jakieś efekty. Jakieś echo, jakieś pogłos, hapsuły różne. A jest pogłos, że jest jakbyś był w pustym pokoju. Wtedy jest taki pogłos, jak się odstrzela.
That is contact.
Jest kompresja, że na przykład
You need to refresh.
kompresor polega na tym, że jak ktoś mówi cicho i głośno,
It's contact, yeah.
to żeby dźwięk był jakby tak samo głośny przez całość, to kompresor się ustawia tak, że szuka się tak najcichszego momentu i te, które są głośniejsze, no się to
Stabilizacja, tak.
O, no to jest praca na faktach.
Zajmowałeś się tym coś?
Mam nawet swoją piosenkę na iTunes.
Ale też się wkręciłeś.
Jedno. Najprostszą muzykę jakoś zrobić, czyli do
Taki sprytny trik. A, bo to jest powiedzmy tam 90
To wiem, że
możesz
nie-
wciszyć na kostkę, tak? Właśnie niektóre można przekręcać, a niektóre nie można.
Słuchaj, instrukcja jak tam wyciągnięć ręki.
Fajne to jest.
Cheat sheet. To jest dokładnie jak to złożyć.
Zawsze
To jest
pozostaje
kanał
po prostu. Super lubię.
Coś, albo jak trzeba coś tam, wiesz. Nie jestem
Analiza i
specjalistą.
synteza.
Jakbyś się pytał mnie coś jak
Analiza i synteza, tak?
Jakieś dobre akordy psychiczne czy coś, to nie wiem. No coś tam umiem.
It's okay. I hope you're enjoying this experience. We just got here like 20 minutes.
She's game dev.
You know where it is? On our mail?
Game dev.
Just one more mail.
Chciałem się też to nauczyć. Gotot ma JavaScript i on jest bardzo podobny do Pythona.
A, to Python?
Do Pythona, ale generalnie Gotot jest napisany w C#, nie jest kłamą. To jest z języków C. I generalnie można przyjąć swojego Pythona. Albo go zainstalować w JavaScripta, który jest tam. Się całkiem przyjemnie to programuje, bo on jest modularny, moduły się ze sobą łączą.
Nawet jak będzie w deskę.
Jestem fanem.
Did you send the link?
Oh no, AI generated cat dance.
Any moment now we'll have it. Oh, this is it's perfect loading screen.
Perfectly loved cat.
Meowing tunes.
Yeah, it's fight with games with cats or something.
It's okay. We're working on it.
Albo should be that
There you go. Yes.
This is progress,
Can you
yes.
please allow us to watch you? I've sent a request. This is the company.
Wait, are you sending a request to yourself?
The company has access.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It's okay. I hope this is gonna be the best meetup ever.
Oh,
Oh, this is my loading screen.
It's the design.
you can remind the owner in 30 minutes.
Try to use link without slash edit at the end.
No, it's
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been there. I've been there. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there it is, just in time. So, welcome everyone to WarsawJS 1.3.4. It's not as good as when we had Warsaw 1.2.3, WarsawJS 1.2.3, but still pretty good, I think. And I hope all of you had a fantastic holiday time, which means the Christmas, New Year, and everything else in between. And we're happy to see you here again at 42 Warsaw. Right. Anyone here for the first time? Or like literally the first time? That's pretty good. So now everyone who's here not for the first time, you're gonna clap for the people who are here for the first time. Join us. Glad to have you here. And it's again the usual drift. It's a community. We are community. Oh my god, I forgot how to speak. It's been so long. So it's a community of JavaScript professionals and enthusiasts. We just are all about being an inclusive space for everyone, no matter where you're from, no matter what your skin color is, no matter what you like, what you don't like, as long as you don't actively dislike other people and insult them for some reason. If you see such a behavior like this, just feel free to tell us. We'll take care of it. We'll call the police and we'll do our. We'll punish them. Anyway, WarsawJS is not just this meetup. We have a bunch of stuff. Except for a meetup, we have conferences, we have workshops. Also, we have our blog, which is a blog .warsawjs.com. I think it is. Yeah, it is. It's not PL. So if you're interested in featuring your article on our blog, you just let us know, and we could essentially what we do is like 302 redirect to your blog, basically just featuring on our. It's a little promotion for both you and me. It's nice, you and us, right? We do mentoring, photo sessions. If you want to look professional, and we can take care of that. We have some people with cameras here. There's WarsawJS Jam, which is coming at some point, and of course, join us on Discord so we can talk about all the cool stuff. And if you're not in Discord, scan the QR code.
The link finally updated.
Actually, I don't know if it works at all. I don't even have my
Because last time there was a small issue. So let's check it.
Does it work? I don't know. It works? Always worked? Yeah, it does work.
Hey.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Right. So again, I think I briefly talked about this. It may be WarsawJS, but in reality, it's just about everything. You see today, we'll have a lot of talks actually, not about JavaScript. It's about the human side of engineering and how to be a better human being, a better engineer, and so on and so forth. So yes, we exist to support everyone, and yeah, that's me. I'm gonna be your MC today, even though it's a bit of a scuffed start. And let's give a hand to our amazing team of people who are making this. Piotr's not here today, is it? Okay, yeah, well, maybe. And of course, another round of applause, I promise. All those people. Again, everything falls apart, and it's all purely volunteer driven, right? Of course. Okay. And of course, if you want to join us, scan any one of those. It's either email or let us know on Discord. If you want to join, if you want to help out, it's a nice way to sort of, be around, network with some people, maybe get something. Maybe you will get to know some people, and I don't know, maybe find a job. I almost found a job once. So, and your talk is, if you want to be on stage and talk about all the things about JavaScript, and not just JavaScript, anything you want to share, you can scan this QR code and be on stage here with us. Maybe next meetup, maybe next meetup. And of course, our sponsors and partners, 42 Warsaw. Thank you for having us here. It's I'd like to come on stage here and talk a little bit about.
Why not?
That's yeah. Let's hear.
Okay, thank you. So hello, my name is Magda, and for those of you who are here for the first time, let me introduce the 42 concept briefly, because I could talk a lot about it, but let's do it briefly this evening. So we are a coding school for 18 plus people, but we are not a typical coding school. So we are, first of all, we are tuition free. And we are based on a unique peer-to-peer learning model. I will explain later on what does it mean exactly. We have no teachers, no rigid schedules, and no lectures, typical lectures. Instead, we have a lot of teamwork, hands-on projects, and networking with industry professionals that are practitioners, not only theoreticians. And we are part of the global movement because we were founded like 13 years ago in France, in Paris. And right now we have like 25,000 plus students all around the world, and they are 50 plus campuses in 32 actually countries. We have to update this slide. And why we are doing education the way we are doing education. So there are many, many reasons, but three that are most important are as follows. First of all, tech moves so fast that traditional educational models can't keep up the pace. So we decided to do it differently. And the second reason is that if you want to code, you have to have not only technical skills, but also social skills and so-called soft skills. But nowadays we call them more and more like power skills. So the third reason is also important because we know that talent can be found anywhere, but not the opportunity. So one of the main assumptions behind 42 idea is that we can make education accessible for everyone, no matter gender, age, previous education, previous experience, and so on. So we want to be as inclusive as it is possible. This is why we are tuition free. But if we have no traditional teachers and no handbooks and so on, what our students do actually here? So there are some students here, so maybe they can explain later on what does it mean to be a 42 student and how do we work. But in short, programming here starts with C and from now on also Python. It's project-based, which allows our students to build a GitHub portfolio or Just portfolio along their studies. What is also important that our peer-to-peer method means that they are doing evaluations all together, which develops their ability to present solutions, to talk about your technical decisions, and also to give and receive feedback, which is quite important nowadays in our jobs. Instead of traditional lecturers, we have a lot of practitioners from industry, and they are letting here idea sprints or workshops or talking about case studies. So it's also very hands-on attitude. What is also important is that work takes place in diverse, multicultural, and international teams, which is very similar to how you will work later on in your job. And of course, our campus life goes beyond the coding a lot. We have a lot of outside events like industry visits, or we have a lot of on-site events like meeting with WarsawJS community and others. We have a lot of hackathons also, and football and ping pong tournaments, which are actually a very important part of our campus life here. And some games are really fierce. You can confirm, I guess. So you can join our community either by becoming our student if you want to upskill your coding abilities or specialize in AI, cybersecurity, or data analysis. You can join us. The recruitment is now on. But you can also join us as a partner. We can do a lot of creative things together. I will be happy to talk about it later on. And if you would like to have a campus tour after your speeches, we can do it also. So welcome and enjoy.
Wow. I can't stress enough how important it is to have someone who can help you. I guess now that we have AI, but that's just, come on. How important it is to have a human person helping you out, because for like 4.5 years when I started working. No one showed me how to use debugger, and it was like when I used it for the first time, I was like, oh, mind blown. So yeah, I don't know how I worked for 4.5 years as a web developer without knowing how to use a debugger. That's it was a while ago. Anyway, yeah, shame on me. Of course, going back to our partners, we have KMag, JetBrains, and Webellian. As per usual, if you ask a good question after we do have, I think we do. I'm not even going to ask that. Yes, we have JetBrains licenses to give away. So to people who ask good questions and on the discretion of the speaker, we could give some of the 1-year JetBrains license to a product of your choosing. Right, and this is the slide I've just posted in myself. Anyway, it's a quick ad from our friends on Zurich.js. They are running. Okay, I promise we'll start the talks soon, very soon. One last thing. So probably right behind here. If you're interested, if you know some of the people from the industry, like small pictures over there, very nice people, and you can get a 10% discount with our WarsawJS 10 thing. If you want to scan it, you can scan it. Or if you are really interested, you can ask me directly, and I'll give you a voucher for 50 Swiss francs off, which is like 200 PLN. Enough of the ads. If you're interested, then it's a very good conference. I'm going to be there as well, right? That doesn't really say anything. Anyway, let's talk about speakers. We have Sergey, Martina, and Alexander today, and you're just gonna see it. We also have Michal, of course, at the lightning talk at the end. Let's just get to it and come on and set it up. Right? I mostly yes.
Take like a minute or two. Double check. It still works.
Yeah, it always falls apart at the very last minute.
Exactly. Actually, I probably don't need this.
You can have it for confidence too.
For confidence.
Look at that, very fast. Nice and
Okay, let me just check the last thing. I'll be standing like here because I need to see the presentation. So folks here, like if it's okay, if we just like
the majority of the chairs here are movable, so if we need to go around,
just adjust. It's like a right.
Anyone else here enjoys the white winter in Warsaw?
Yeah.
Finally snow.
Sometimes since it happened, right?
Finally snow.
I'm so happy to see it, to be honest. I have winter shoes I've never ever used since I moved to Warsaw. This is the first time I'm using them.
There's always a joke that I'm coming like this to here, like in shorts and Crocs.
Crocs in sports mode.
No, not even in sports mode.
Okay.
I check volume.
Cool talk.
It's on my side. Just another minute.
System audio.
No, I just need to check one.
It's fine. We know what to do.
Oh,
We have sound.
we have sound. That's actually nice.
We have sine wave.
We have sine wave. But let's go to later. And I think we can solve this part. Okay. Awesome. Hello, everyone. Woo! So nice to first talk in this year for WarsawJS, and I hope not to mess it up. But yeah, as you can see, the topic of today presentation is AI-powered algorithmic composition and sound design. So yeah, AI. I think music production is one of the most affected areas by AI. First of all, like probably all of you heard about this developed models, text to audio models, right? Suno, for example, it's like really advanced, and you can create like different things, just like in a couple of minutes. For example, me as well, I don't know how to debug things. So I just decided, okay, if I have some logs, then I would just like play them maybe, like this. Should play. Let me practice. It's a really nice song. Can you hear it? No. Okay, never mind. It's supposed to work, but again, yeah. You can see there's an error, definitely. Anyway, so as I said, text to audio models, they're really powerful. And but today we're not going to talk about these models, and instead we'll go through some basic of sound production, and we'll also touch a bit how to create music with code. And talking about AI, we'll try to see how we can leverage LLMs, not just like, hey, create some music for me, just put in some text, but actually how we can use it as our partner during live coding, and hopefully it will work this time. Anyway, yeah, just kind of short introduction. If you check the modern music production, it's heavily based on the digital audio workstations. This kind of software, which is also called DAW. Basically, I guess like all electronic music is made within this kind of software. And as you can see, this software provides really nice interface, kind of analog looking like, different knobs and sliders, etc. And they allow you to build sound and to build sound and music. And in order to build music, you need some building blocks. And there are actually, I guess, like two main techniques that you can use. First of which is actually sampling. And it's like an example of this approach. Where's sound? Oh.
Did you choose the right source of the sound?
Yeah, is
Maybe in MacBook you
Yes.
need to select the sound.
Yep.
We just need some quick debugging. And we'll continue with my video. It's not my actually, just random iPhone.
Can you change the output on the to HDMI?
Yes, I was hearing the.
Oh.
Maybe it's the cursed dongle. Yeah, it looks like
Maybe we are being re-controlled. Maybe this video has no sound.
the MacBook back. to
Ultrasound.
so you can just hear it from the laptop.
We need to imagine this.
Does it work now?
No?
I can see sound.
Yeah, it sounds like.
See sound in my stomach.
This time we have some problems, but
It's fine. It's fine. This always happens. Oh, you have the loop.
Oh, okay. That's supposed to work like this. And now I know what to do. Because I had some stuff that actually it should give me a second. Yeah. Okay, what I was talking about? I was talking about sampling. Yeah, you can see like you can use samples to create new songs. And or like change existing ones. So you basically take like some chops of vocals, like drum loops, whatever. You just crop them. You can place them in different way, and you create something new. Basically, the whole hip hop industry kind of was built on top of this approach. But the second one, and I think it's like more power and more like freedom to you. As a sound engineer, is basically sound synthesis. Where you can basically, apologies, I enabled here. You can create sound from scratch, basically, right? Having some voltage, or like in a digital form, it's like some kind of sound. You can create different forms and build up different effects on top of it, which kind of provides interesting results. But I guess we should.
Maybe over.
Yes. Okay, that should be fine. Nice. Thank you. So yeah, and as I said, it provides a lot of possibilities, and inside sound synthesis, there are like many different approaches which we can use. Probably one of the first worth mentioning is actually additive synthesis, which basically you have multiple sine waves, you combine them together, and you make some sound. In theory, you can create literally any sound by combining sine waves, but it's not that practical. It's computationally heavy, and it's pretty like limited in this approach. There's another one which works in opposite way. We have like subtractive synthesis. By the way, this should sound. Yeah, we have a bunch of waves. This sound would sound this way. Thank you. Not very interesting. As I mentioned, we can take a different approach and start from more rich sound and basically subtract the things or frequencies that we don't need. And for that, we will use filters. We can actually mix different waveforms. And to talk about richness of the sound, we can also just kind of play and see the difference between the basic sine waves. Yeah, this is sine wave. Yeah, you can hear like different waveforms have different like amount of harmonics, and they sound like, for example, sine is pretty, let's say, like basic. It doesn't have anything inside it. But for example, using sawtooth, we can create more interesting things. And let's maybe actually do something, create something. And as we saw, currently, like DOS is like kind of way to go to do sound design, but again, this is just knobs under the hood. There's still like some code which operates on a digital form of the sound. But can we use code as an interface for sound design? And it seems like we can. And here I would like to introduce you Super Collider. This is great language. First of all, this is programming language. It's not JavaScript right here. It's not just programming languages, but just an environment which includes a separate IDE, and it works on a client, like it has like client-server architecture, and you can write some code in the editor, send messages to the server using Open Sound Control Protocol, which is pretty powerful. And yeah, then server would do the heavy lifting and produce some sound for you. And right now, maybe let's focus on the Super Collider code. For today, I'll be using, first of all, let's see what we will try to do right now. I would try to recreate Reese bass sound. It's kind of this kind of wobbling, I don't know, kind of aggressive bass sound. It's heavily used in drum and bass, and there are different approaches how to create this sound, but we will try to apply subtractive synthesis here. And I already have my editor set up here, and again, I'm not using Super Collider IDE. I'm using a tool called Flock. It's running on locally on my machine, but it's a powerful tool because I think it's the most popular in terms of live coding of sound and visuals. And the benefit of using it is that you can actually create multiple panes. I mean, like windows inside this editor. You can pick the language you want, and you actually can invite your friends to work together on the same live session. So here is Strudel code. I will talk about Strudel a bit later. Yeah, and right now we're just playing some like 4 MIDI notes using basic. Right now it's basic sine wave. Let me just maybe to increase a little bit. So you can hear it's not really like just really basic. And I use sine wave as a sub in order to add some low frequencies here, but we can mix it with some harmonics here. I will not be doing live coding. I will be doing live uncommenting because there's a lot of things, and I don't want to spend like the whole evening for this. But we can start mixing some harmonics to this. Let me just check where is the exact place. Yeah, right now it should work. Okay, we added some harmonics, and I think you can already hear some kind of wobbling effect, right? And this is interesting because yeah, this wobbling effect basically it's caused by some kind of phase cancellation effect. So we're using sawtooth wave, and we slightly detune them, and this kind of provides interesting effect of some waves. They kind of cancel each other out. They amplify each other, so it provides this kind of wobbling effect. And yes, and we'll apply some low pass filter. It's already here is kind of lower, and the filtering is also like one of the crucial parts of subtractive synthesis. I try to visualize how it works. So basically, you have some kind of cutoff frequency. In this case, this is low pass filter, which means hey, low frequencies pass, and we can like reduce the like higher frequencies, which kind of it's called attenuating. There are different filters, different kind of filters. We're just using this as an example, and I think
so. This is equalizer, right?
Kind of. Yeah, and there is also like a lot of other effects which I'm not going to use, but you will try to hear the difference or how sound changes as we apply different effects. For example, here is some recreation of reverb. We can also decide how much processed sound we want in this mix. That's what we call like wet signal and dry signal. Dry basically signal without any effects. Wet is there's some effects inside. And yeah, it sounds a little bit quiet. Maybe let's add a bit volume, but this also should be. Oh, I think I need to uncomment this. So basically, I will just uncomment everything. But yeah, I just forgot to add some things right here. Some harmonics here. Some equalizer here, and yeah, I think that's it for. Yeah, it's good enough. I think we can stop here with collider. Yeah, and you might notice that this process is pretty tedious and it's pretty verbose. So, but how about creating sound? I mean, like creating rhythm, because 99% of the cases we don't have music without rhythm. And again, why I'm using Flock right now is because of it provides different tools inside. And for it, we will use Strudel. This is JavaScript library built on top of tidal cycles, which is implemented in Haskell. So I won't be going much into details about this. Maybe we'll just, yeah, here's what we will have in the setup. But instead of looking at this, maybe let's just try to hear how it sounds. I also have some prepared parts, and maybe we can just spend the last minutes trying to see how it's can make the sound. Okay, and I need a little bit of additional super collider things here. Yeah, there are a little bit of more synths. There are also some kind of sampling technique. I won't be going into details because we already like kind of running short of time, but we can talk after presentation. So yeah, let's try to build some sound from it. We can maybe start from again from some drums. Yeah, so basically in Strudel, you can use samples stored on GitHub remotely because it's executed. It uses Web Audio API in this case. And again, we can use open sound control messages to communicate with our super collider synthesizers. There's some sampling approach which I used. Which basically we sliced some sample of people playing drums with their hands. Maybe let's add a bit of form for this. Something like this, some here, just like a little bit like bring some more like rhythm. And really cool thing is that we actually can use MIDI. And right here, I have Ableton Live, which is one of the most popular DAWs, or digital audio workstations. Try to do it a bit louder. Yeah, basically we use our Strudel instance as a MIDI controller. And yeah, the last thing which I wanted to add is some vocal effects, which basically just also slicing some samples and just play them in different form. And we have a little bit of, I don't know if we have time. How much time do we have?
You have 10 whole minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm kind of rushing right now.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Considering I did some kind of debugging, it's not that bad. Yeah. Let's a little bit about the percussions which you hear. So this is essentially the original. Mute it for a second. Original sample which I used for this. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But this approach is widely used in some kind of this kind of percussion percussion sound. And I'm not actually cropping this manually. I'm using so-called Flucoma tools, which provides a set of Super Collider documentation in order to work with code. And the approach here is that we essentially crop in this sample. I have this on my screen here. Let me just bring it. Yeah, let me bring it to the screen so you can see. Essentially, we just trying to find adjacent samples. Yeah, here it is. This is a screen from a Super Collider IDE. So we kind of looking for the energy difference during the sample, and there we kind of provide those slices. Then we can play them in different by passing index in different order, and for that, essentially, we are using custom parameters, which is right here. So this works on top of Open's sound control protocol, which is pretty powerful. You can define like whatever you want, and in the Super Collider, you can listen for all SC messages and process them as you want. I think I should have it. It's called ordered index. Yeah, here it is. So this is kind of custom defined argument for SynthDef, and look at SynthDef as kind of class or blueprint for your synthesizer, and you can define many of them. And inside you will be using some kind of internal Super Collider term unit generator, which basically kind of produces basic sounds for us. There are like really many of them. Fortunately, Super Collider has really nice documentation, and inside IDE, so check them out. Check all these unit generators by yourself. But I guess I will have like 5 minutes, I guess. Probably. Not really tracking time right now.
Essentially, the length of your talk depends on how soon the pizza arrives.
Oh, okay. So we can play a bit with AI, finally. As I mentioned, AI, we won't be using AI to just generate sound from text. Instead, we'll use, this was just my idea. What if I would just add some chat here, and I'll just ask Claude in this case, hey, give me some pattern because I run out of ideas. And because this is Flock and this is just web application, I decided to fork it, of course, just for prototype this thing, and to talk to Claude a little bit. So for that, I'll need to add a new pane. And here, and I will pick chat. Yeah, I was trying to work with Quen locally, but it doesn't produce nice output. So instead, I use Claude. There's also some kind of system prompt, which also can be modified. It's also not that really great right now, but at least it can produce some interesting response. Let me scroll down to some generated prompts, because why not? So I think we are lacking a little bit of melody right now, so maybe we can first I don't know, we use this. I'll just copy paste, and I hope Cloud is not it works. Oh yeah, cool. It already sees there's some super soul sign there. Basically, I created a custom tool that calls Super Collider server to get currently available SynDev in it on the server. I'm not sure if I can see the output here, but anyway. Again, this tool works on open source sound control. So we can just apply to Super Collider, and it automatically puts this generated code right here. Super soft. That's the problem right now is that I need to avoid having empty lines in order to execute it as a whole block. Okay, and maybe let's use it in a way, I don't know, a simple formality with this lead in A major, because I think these vocals are in A major. For strudel, I actually use context 7 because I just going to get some documentation, some examples from internet, and let's apply to strudel. And the one thing we need to do is, because we're using Super Collider server, we need to send open sound message. Let's see how it works. Can you hear it? Not really can hear it, maybe. Not the best result.
It's the wrong scale.
Scale. Actually, what we can do is we can actually. The sound itself not really pleasant, I would say. Let's just. And what we can do is we can just use the steps of the scale. So we can say scale A here. And I think this should be. Cut off. Know what?
I think you should lower down the sound because we can't hear you.
Sorry? The sound. Unfortunately, I cannot control it fully. So yeah. Maybe let's generate a different synth.
Oh, now it's better.
Okay. I'm just talking to myself. Okay.
Now, nice party at the audience.
You know what? Let's add something interesting. Let's add another pane. Not music pane, but let's use Hydra. And I also have some prompt here. And I think I made this agent in a way that also understands the Hydra language. So maybe let's see what we can make with this. So we need to include the can. Oh my god. Is that me?
Oh, I see.
Oh, I apologize for this. Yeah. You can see basically there's my head over there. Yeah. Maybe let's ask him like make it fix it. Yeah. Fix it.
I would prefer that cat going from the window to window.
Okay, apply to here. Let's see. And we need to remove this. Live coding is fun. And okay, anyway, this is a short thing about this ball, which is pretty powerful live coding tool. And as you can see, you can use not only sound but also some visuals. So yeah, just to sum up, yeah, we had demo. It's like kind of this complicated setup which I had locally. So yeah, you can check it on the repository. And yeah, that's it from me. This was pretty intense because it's live coding, but I hope you took something from it.
That was awesome. That's the perfect first talk of the year. So
I hope so.
I think you
Yeah.
did. Okay. Questions? Do we have questions?
How do you route MIDI to Ableton Live?
So essentially, this works like oh my gosh, how it calls inter-application communication.
Okay.
You see, so in Strudel, you need to define. I think it works like it just tries to find available. Maybe let me check the setup here. So at least I know how to do this on Mac.
I'm on a Mac, so
Yeah, so in fact, you'll need to go to, I guess it's called MIDI Studio.
okay.
Yeah, and you define some ESC driver, which you can basically later see. It has synth.
Okay.
Yeah, and inside Ableton, you can find it here. So basically, you just like Strudel sends the MIDI, Ableton kind of takes them and plays as uses it as a MIDI controller, which is pretty cool. You can define different tracks. You can select different like MIDI routes, and you can actually play with different sounds.
The Strudel also works the other way around. Can I send a MIDI
To Strudel?
Yeah.
Strudel? I think so. I was not looking into this, but I think you can do this.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have this icon here, and I guess you can also accept some MIDI.
Yeah. To browser, yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
I guess we have time for one more question because pizza is getting cold. But yes, you know what? No, I'm gonna do it because it's fine.
My question is, thank you for your presentation. My question is, should I finish the music school first before?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's actually. First of all, maybe I will think about making this agent land somewhere in the Flock repository. I'm not sure, but for Strudel, I would say like if you want to try out this thing, there are a lot of learning materials, not really tied to music like theory, let's say, because I'm not a musician at all. I saw some like kind of online tutorials, but in terms of live coding, I think Strudel is perfect because you can basically, it's really pattern oriented thing, and as you get some sequence, some rhythm, because rhythm is, I think, is more important than melody. Without rhythm, it sounds experimental. And then you can use this approach, which I'm not sure it worked in the demo, but you can basically say, hey, I want this scale, and you just put 0, 2, 3, which basically means like step in this scale, and Strudel will automatically pick the right note for you. You can basically experiment with this. And yeah, it's kind of a quick way of doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Circus has changed. Pizza is not here, so yeah, we have basically everyone ask questions. Yes.
So I assume that on the left side we have the pianist, and on the right side we have the instrument or the piano. No, like not the flute,
In the
but-
previous setup where you had the
yeah. Okay, now we have
Yeah,
cut.
yeah. So the order of panes this is not like
Okay,
standard.
but when we were demonstrating this, I know now there.
Yeah. Let me try to. I think because the code is probably stored in local storage. So if I add pane and pick remote SC-lang. No, unfortunately, I don't see my previous code here, but essentially, on the left right now, it is strudel, which is kind of pattern. As I mentioned, it's pattern oriented.
Yes, and my question is,
Yeah.
Are we able to export this left side to Ableton?
What do you mean by export it?
I would like, because this is actually this music which you presented is actually ear catching. And would we be able to hear this from Ableton? Because I know that now we are using Ableton just for forwarding this from MIDI driver. But would we be able to export this to save this as a Ableton project?
You should.
You have to recreate it from.
I'm not sure if it's possible by default, but you can probably write some Max plugin. I mean, like, and I think you can, in fact, put some maybe in a way like put some code inside and it will play in some way. But this is again, it's just like right now I have no idea how to do this. I would assume you could just like make all the, because it's not like really complex and a lot of the things basically based on samples. So you can use the same samples from Ableton and just wrote the patterns using MIDI, and yeah. But again, you will be kind of dependent on this code, right?
So it would be easier just to recreate it from scratch in Ableton.
In Ableton, you can actually record MIDIs as soon as they get into Ableton, and you just record them and. Yeah.
Okay.
So you could technically just send MIDI input from this to Ableton, and Ableton press record to record the MIDI. That's why I asked, can you send a MIDI to Ableton? How you send a MIDI to Ableton?
Okay. Yes. My next question was that whether would it be possible to have all of the configuration of those like loops configured in Ableton? But I think that then this is.
Not by default, but I guess you could. Yeah, let me try to. Actually, haven't tried this, but I will just try to record this.
And I also wanted to ask you, what do you think about the Reaper?
About what?
Reaper.
Reaper.
Yes, open. I don't even know whether it's open, but it's like alternative to Ableton.
Never use it basically.
Okay.
Ableton is, yeah. I thought it works for me. So again, there's a lot of tools out there. Some of them free. Many of them, like, I think like the idea they provide mostly the same.
Reaper is no longer open source. They switched.
Yes, that's why I stepped back.
You could
You can say like we just recorded this as MIDI.
Any more questions?
What did you use to do these fancy animations for the presentation?
I use Manim. If you ever watched 3Blue
on Brown.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he uses the Manim animations, which basically renders you video, and it's open sourced, and it's really cool stuff. But I kind of wipe coded some of these animations, and also like I realized how important it's sometimes just to go in step by step instead of giving something and like trying, hey, can you do this? Because it can't. You just hey, let's add this block. Let's like move it a little bit. Yeah. So,
Can we listen to the sound from the beginning that play?
From the beginning?
Yeah, the code as sound. The first like example.
Unfortunately, now it actually pizza is here. And,
It's not a joke now.
yes, it's not a joke now. It's not a drill. It's a real pizza alert. But remember, all the speakers are always here. Hello. Probably always here, unless they decide to leave. But as long as they're here, please approach the speakers, and you can mingle in everywhere and talk about stuff. Because you're probably tired of standing at this point, and maybe you're hungry as well. And yeah. So, okay, one last round of applause. And yes, please, pizza is in.
Question, the best question.
What do you think? What the question was the best?
I like the question about running this code in Ableton. I mean, like how to run the code in Ableton, because it's really like I don't know. That's why I want to explore this.
Okay. All right. Enjoy the pizza and the. You know what?
A little bit.
Nie musisz, chyba że chcesz. Hello everyone. Nie musisz niski dosyć.
Just heard the first.
A tam plaża jakaś w ogóle jest?
And you are which kind of session is synchronized and it's stored in Struggle.
English for
Kamilka do Renata, mieszka tam.
I forgot about it.
Znajomego tam, czekaj. Tu jest drożnie. Tam też.
O, właśnie.
Zip file.
Ale jest dla niego to jest blisko, nie? Pierwsze miasto.
Layer are like
No
Po
tak.
prostu on mieszka tutaj i jak jedzie do którego miasta, to
No w końcu poza Barceloną jest w sumie to wszystko. I też mówię jak też.
Barcelona.
You are
Jeszcze skrywałem. Brazyli było okej, Brazyli. No i w centrum na przedmieściach, że
yeah. Really hard. This is like sequence of I know. It's really unique. It's like
jedzenie bardzo słabe. Miałem wrażenie, że wszystko jest takie... Miałem wrażenie, że uczytanie to jest ciemnomorskie, że po prostu będzie to jak w Grecji, czy w Turcji, czy... A tu wszystko jest... Miałem wrażenie, że gdzie nie pójdę, to tak... na śniadanie kosztowało 25 euro i dostaliśmy tak dosłownie jedno jajko, nie wiem, jedną czwartą awokado. Nie wiem, chyba tyle tego tam było. Ja tam zjadłem to w minutę, dobrze? To dziecko, wiesz, instagramowicze, robię zdjęcie, tak, nie, to zdjęcie na Instagrama i to jedzenie to było takie, wszędzie były mega małe porcje, drogo i niewyraziście. W ogóle to jedzenie, nie wiem,
So this was like a clickbaiting question.
Okay.
Thank you very much for this was awesome talk. Really, this was such a
No dla mnie to jest oczywiście Grecja numer 1, też jest to potwierdzone różnymi statystykami.
Nie, no Grecja też jest spoko. Nie, ale Hiszpania jest fantastyczna. Ja ostatnio obraziłam Latynoamerykanosa, ja nie wiem, czy właśnie z Ameryki. Fajnie się naraziłam u nas na zdjęciu. Bo tak. Właśnie mówię, że Spain hasn't got any decent food.
the beat you
Salmon, a oliwki.
Przecież to można w sklepie kupić.
Ile możesz jeść szynkę i oliwki?
No jedynie co było dobre, to był ten niezdrowy, że ten chirion czy jakoś tak? Churros, no. Churros, no o, to było dobre. No i te empanadas, czy empanadas?
A, to takie
Empanadas, takie pierogi, które od nas tylko ściągnęli. To było dobre.
w Barcelonie na Rambli, no.
Ale tak poza tym, no to powiem wam, że no tak no, jakbyśmy w Barcelonie to jedliśmy jakąś tam miejscówkę z fajnym burrito, więc tam nie mogliśmy za bardzo, wiesz, smakować, że tak to lokalnego jedzenia.
Ale tam też jest tylko paella. Jedliśmy tylko paella, tak naprawdę jakiś tapas. Te tapasy były drogie, bo 2,50 euro.
No.
Czy tam były Było 1 euro, 5 euro, taki
No
tam
i tak masę
wiesz,
kasy
w zależności od
zostawiliśmy,
tego
jak po
jaka
całym
była
roku
wykałaczka,
tam
to
jechaliśmy.
płaciłeś. Nie?
I kawa też niezbyt dobre, szczerze mówiąc. Wszędzie w ogóle takie te zamówiłem kawę 6 euro. Tak, Americano XL, nie będzie grande, największe. Przychodzi mi dosłownie tyle, nie? Jest taki, w takim małym kubeczku i w tym kubeczku jest tak połowa, nie? I ja tak mówię, to jest grande? No i tak, grande, i to jest XL. Ja mówię, a to normalne? To jest
Pamiętasz,
tyle.
jak dostałam ice coffee?
I
To jest espresso w takim razie.
everything this guy
Wiem, bardzo
is he has like a lot of
ice coffee.
depth, but it's mostly about
I dostałam espresso,
Ilu?
szklankę z lodem.
Espresso i szklankę z lodem.
Nie, no to mnie...
Robiłeś potem.
Bo z jednej strony macie wrażenie, że wiesz, po spotkaniach z tymi podobnymi krajami w okolicach, nawet Portugalii.
W Portugalii
has
były dobre pasy.
reminded me a lot with
Ja wiem, że ty nie pijesz alkoholu, ale Porto mają tam
Nie, no popatrz, jak to wiesz, od samej Turcji, znaczy, która uważam, że ma świetne jedzenie po stronie to później jest Grecja, później jest Włochy, które są trochę gorzej w Grecji i Turcji, ale wciąż jest bardzo dobrze i
Ale to jest wszystko basen śródziemny.
I Portugalia też jest trochę inna i nagle jest Hiszpania, więc tego powinno się bardzo, wiesz, i tam jest jakiś dramat.
No to jeszcze jest.
Nawet to dokładnie.
W Grecji
so
dramat.
Naprawdę, więc ja byłem zaskoczony.
Chorwacji jest dobre jedzenie.
Nawet pewno, że w sklepach byłem, to bardzo mały spór, tak naprawdę jak co pojazd do Grecji, to wejdę do jakiegoś zwykłego spożywczaka i ja mam ochotę kupić wszystko, to jest tyle jakichś dziwnych rzeczy ciekawych. To jest, to jest smaczne, jakieś dziwne, jakieś milion no. Więc pod tym względem no to słabo, widoki super, fajnie, przyjemnie, bardzo taki, że tak powiem, jest
Please start moving back to the areas.
Did you see earlier? Did you? First, are you
It's fine. We're all human.
I'm responsible. Does the contract say that we need to segue into
It is
during each talk?
it's not yeah, security.
But it's like a. There's a.
Yeah. Anyway, I heard a word about things. I just yes, I didn't do anything else. I was not requested.
That would be a missed opportunity to not to put
Segue
that
to a sponsor.
not to put that in slide, like like a
Sponsored by no
like timer and like a running progress bar, like skip this ad, whatever.
It's
that will this work? That should work as well. It's charged.
So yeah, so wait, they like.
Mirror? Or you have like notes? Okay, awesome. Good stuff. I approve. That's what I was.
Like, it's code based.
Approved, yeah.
Yeah, I approve.
He just made it.
Okay, I'll. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Enjoy being here. The loyal listeners and the best people are here. No offense to people in that room, but yeah. We're about to begin. I have one important announcement. Did anyone happen to lose a small gold chain or something? Because I just found it on the floor. And awesome. And prepare your hands. Round of applause for Martina.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Let's talk now about talking and presenting. So I'm not going to speak about some technical parts, but basically like how you can become a better presenter, better speaker, how you can give better talks, presentations. I'm going to go also like a few things through few things that are IT related, but basically like all of it is kind of like general. You can use it everywhere. The agenda is for today. I'm going to introduce myself just very shortly, that you know who I am actually. I'm going to speak about your preparation and why it matters, the how of the content presentation. Then I'm going to give you some tips and tricks how to overcome your stress, and also some general tips and tricks. After the talk, we will have, as usual, time for questions and answers. So if you have any, just keep them in mind. So who I am, I'm Martyna Skup. I'm one of you from the IT world. So I'm a front-end engineer working for Andromeda Software, which is a company, small company based in Vienna, in Austria. I'm also a transformational coach and mentor. I'm also volunteering here at WarsawJS, and you can see me also as a MC for our meetups. And I'm passionate about personal development since I ever remember. You can find me on LinkedIn, but at the end, I'm going to show you also the QR code if you would like to stay connected with me. So let's go for the main part. Your preparation and why it matters. We have basically like 2 stages of preparation for a talk or for a presentation. The first one is like usual, you choose your topic, you choose the tools that you're going to use to present it. It might be a game, it might be a website, it might be an app, it might be a PowerPoint presentation, which I'm using just for the sake of simplicity. You can go for live coding also, like Sergey did. And this is only the first part. So you choose the topic, you choose the tools, and then you prepare it. However, it doesn't stop there, because there is also another part of your preparation that is going through your presentation at home, practicing it at home. And this is something that really matters. Why? Because once you go at home over and over through your presentation, you create a better content. So it's kind of like you iterate, prepare your presentation, you practice it at home once and once again, and then each and every iteration, you find out some things that are maybe irrelevant, so you put them out of your presentation. But there are also some things that you will find that, oh, I didn't think about it before, so, and it's really relevant, it's very important for my presentation, so I'm going to put it in. And this is how you build better content for your presentation. But the next part also is, if you know what you're going to speak about, then you also reduce your fear and stress level. The brain for us works like this, that we are stressed, like one of the things that we are stressed about is our future. Yeah, we don't know what is going to happen, so our brain is just like, okay, I'm going to stress you out because I have no idea what's going to happen. If you prepare at home, if you go through your presentation many, many times, you know better also your content. You know what you're going to speak about. Maybe you're not even going to need some notes. And your brain is actually, so you're taking a part of your stress from your brain, because the brain doesn't know how it's going to be in real life, yeah, on Wednesday evening, yeah, at WarsawJS Meetup, for example, at your talk. But at least the brain knows what you're going to speak about. So your stress is going to lower down a bit, just because you know what you're going to speak about. And by that, you're also building your confidence. The confidence doesn't show up like this when you just wake up and you're just like, yes, I'm confident, woohoo, yeah? No, it's built actually like step by step by repeating stuff. So by repeating stuff also at home, by preparing it and going through it over and over again, you're building your confidence. You know what you're going to speak about, so you're going to be also more confident here at the stage before, in front of you. And by this also, you start to feel also kind of like an expert on the subject that you've chosen to speak about and present. And you're going also to appear to the audience as you are an expert, even if it's not really something that is your wonderful topic that you are going to speak about for hours. Yeah, you just picked up some topic. However, you appear to the people also as an expert. And the next thing also, last but not least, it's handling the time frames. So when you're giving when there is like a time given to you, for example, like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, if you go at home for it, set a timer and check how long it takes for you for this presentation. And then you know if you need to extend it or maybe you need to shorten it because you're not going to fit in those time frames. So that's one thing. Another thing is like about live coding. Live coding is, Scary knows about it now, of course. Live coding is a special case for us. Why? Because actually you can prepare it at home, but you also have to be prepared that things might not go as you expect them to be. So, for example, the sound, today we had some problems with the sound, how to handle it. There might be like that you're going to do an API call to some server and the internet connection at the place where you're giving the talk, it's not going to be well. So actually you're waiting for the call to be done and also to get the response. But it's, delayed so long that you're just standing there waiting for the response. I think what you can do is prepare your offline version. With the sound, it might not work like this with this offline version. However, when you do some live coding and you go for example, for those IP calls, prepare an offline version of what the result should supposed to be. Because then if you see there is this issue, you can just say like, sorry, there is a technical issue. It's not my fault. I don't know what I can do. So I will just show you how it's supposed to be so that we can work on it. So we are not just wasting time on thinking about it, like what to do now. Yeah, I'm super stressed. You have your offline version. Show it to your people. So this is about the preparation. Let's go now for the how of the content presentation. So basically like how you can, what you can do to make your presentations look a little bit better. The very first thing is avoid content overload, which means like choose wisely what you really want to say or show to your audience. Don't overwhelm them with whatever you want to show. Yeah, meaning, for example, at presentations we have like a lot of transitions, animations, some super techniques, right? If you do like the whole presentation that is going to look like this, again, I can show you this. If this is going to be your whole presentation, at one moment, the audience is going to be like, okay, like a few seconds, it's okay, yeah, but if it's the whole presentation, I guarantee you that people are just, I have no idea what to focus on, yeah? It's subconscious also for us. So don't go for it. Go for transitions, animations, some fireworks, but use them wisely, here and there, but not for the whole presentation. Also, when it comes to games, to your apps, maybe quizzes and so on, think about what you really want to show and how you want to show. Another example is when you have like presentations, PowerPoint presentations especially, and this is something also what experienced speakers do, they put like a lot of text, yeah, and they start to speak about it. However, what happens, and put there also like a fancy title, the story about the famous dinosaur speaker. It's a super story, yeah? If I would start to speak about it, what is going on there, yeah? Even if I'm talking about this, you start subconsciously focus on this text. You're not going to focus on what I'm talking about. This is what happens subconsciously because we tend to check what is there, what we see, and not what we hear. Yeah, so I'm going to switch this so that you're not reading all of it. I can share it also later on.
I need a QR code to this story now.
Sorry?
I need a QR code to this story now.
Okay, later on. So that's one thing. So think about it like less is more. Yeah, show less content or less what people see. Speak more about it. Next thing is colors and contrast. We as developers, we think about people with disabilities, right? For example, with colorblind people. And I see a lot of people who do not care about it when they do the presentations. Think about them also when you do it, yeah? Because if you want all of your audience to see what you prepared, the contrast matters, the colors matters. The only one thing is like if you do some presentation in like in name of your company and the company has bad colors, sorry, bad luck. But other than that, care about people with disabilities. Next thing is also choosing your team. Like 90% of you, I guess, is using dark theme when you work and when you use your laptops or Macs. Why some of you use the light mode then? Why? We know the dark mode is better for the eyes. We are used to it. This is acting basically also like a sun. It's, you know, going, I see already like in your faces, like, whoa, this is too much, right? I'm going to switch it. So go for the dark mode. And also the other part is, I'll show you also one thing that might be important for you. When you go for the slide mode and you want to have a very nice pictures, or you want to look nice on the recordings because you want to share it with people, the light mode acts really like a sun. Yeah, so we don't do the pictures towards to the sun because we know that the people in front of us are going to look dark on them. Exactly the same with the light mode. Yeah, go better for the light. I have a question. We all speak about, like, quite often that size matters. Yeah, which size matters the most when it comes to presentations?
Font size. Font size.
Exactly, as the font size. This matters really a lot. I will show you like an example. This is something that I saw also, not exactly this example like of the code, but this is something that I saw also by experienced speakers when they want to explain like a code, yeah, and it's like whole presentation with this size of fonts, and sometimes even with the pictures like this, and they want to explain like, okay, this is like a function, it takes like 3 arguments, and the magic happens in line number 24 or 25 and 26, yeah, and this and this and this happens. How people are supposed to see it and understand what you're talking about? They can't. I actually, like, from here out, okay, I can see it like a very small things, but if you are sitting there, you want, I want that you are on this, that you understand my code. It's not going to happen with this. Make it a bit bigger, yeah. It's a dummy code, yeah, so it doesn't make sense so much. But basically, go for some font size that is visible, basically like in the last rows. So the text should be: is it coding? Is it just a normal text? It's supposed to be visible in the last rows, yeah? Make it big enough. And I will give you like a small hint also on how to present live coding, things where you have to do, for example, like some API call that takes long to pre-process at the server, and you're waiting for the response. There is like a, I call it like XXR burger, you can call it also like a sandwich thing. So basically, you work with that like with the burger. So the top bun and the bottom part, it's related to the theory. Yeah. So you speak about just a little bit about your theory. At the end, you have the summary. What happens in the middle? There are like the layers, and it's called like code theory, code loop, which means like you go for the code, you send the call to the server, or maybe you're using like deep research on the AI, you're waiting, you know that you're going to wait a bit for the response, right? You expect this. So then, in the meantime, you're not waiting only, you show some theory or you explain what is happening under the hood. Then you go back to your code, and then you do something with the code, and either you process, or if there's another call, you do exactly the same. So you give the call to the server, then you, in the meantime, you're explaining again some theory, something what is happening, and then you come back to the code, yeah? And then you go for the summary. So this is like a small hack for you, how to proceed with live coding when you know there is something that is going to happen to with your code, and it's going to take time. Overcoming stress, yeah, a few tips that what you can do for you to lower down your stress level also. First of all, practice, yeah, repeat it at home, whatever you do. But there's like practice, you can always remember this. However, there are like the other dimension of it. First of all, practice your talk at home. That is something I told you about in a few minutes ago. But the next one is practice it by giving talks, as many talks as possible. The more you do, the more you go for the talks. You can start with lightning talk here at WarsawJS, then go for the full talk. Then you go to Meet.js for your talk. Then you go to some conferences. And by giving the talks, you get used to it. Your stress level goes down because your brain is like, oh, actually, I did it already a few times, yeah? I know how to handle it, and it's getting better and better. Your confidence also grows. And the last one, practice, stands also for going for a practical course on public speaking. It doesn't have to be related to IT, but it has to be a course where you're going to speak on each and every lesson in front of people, in front of your group. Yeah, it might be like 2 minutes of talk, 5 minutes of talk, 10 minutes of talk. But this is like this kind of course that you would like to go, and it prepares you to overcome your stress while you're talking to in front of people. So this is like one. A game changer, shift your focus. What means by that? When we are stressed, we usually are stressed about ourselves, how we are going to look like, how we are going to speak, am I going to make a mistake? So basically, a lot of the stress is on me, yeah, because I'm thinking about me, how I'm going to look like here, right? Switch the focus. You're supposed to be absorbed by your subject. You are here giving the talk, and you should focus on what you want to deliver. You want to deliver knowledge, experience, some of the findings that you just discovered last week or so. Basically, when you focus on this, your brain is just like, oh my God, okay, it's not about me, it's about the subjects. I can release this stress, yeah? It's basically, you're going to be stressed a bit, but you're going to be stressed way less than normally when you think only about yourself. So while you're here, yeah, just think about it. I want to give something to all of those people who are here. This is my role. This is my, this is why I am here, yeah? I want to deliver something, but not me, yeah? I'm here kind of like irrelevant. Then you can also change your mindset by thinking that every speak that you give, every talk, every presentation, it's a training for you. So instead of thinking, I'm going to speak in front of people, you think like, I'm going to give I'm going for a training. I'm going for this talk as a training for something bigger, for a next talk. I'm going here for this next talk, and this is my training for going for another one, yeah? So basically, like, treat every talk, every presentation that you want to give, treat it as a training for something that comes in the future, yeah? And you can do it all over again. I do it. When I told about this to my friends, they started to do it. They're just like, actually, it works. Yeah, I have no idea how, but it works. So you can try it out as well. And acknowledge that you are stressed. So basically, when you are on the stage and you're still feeling, stressed, and you're like, oh my God, I can't handle this, just say it. Don't be afraid to say, sorry guys, this is like one of my first speeches. I'm super stressed and I'm afraid that I'm going to make a mistake. Sorry for this. What happens? There happens magic. Because first of all, what happens? The people, the audience is going to clap, is going to cheer you up, saying like, hey, yes, you rock, you're going well, great, woohoo. This is going to happen 100% sure. And you're gaining like your energy back because you're cheered up from the audience. You know that they are with you and not against you. And the other hand, why does it happen? It happens because at least the half of your audience never been on the stage. They never been on the stage, so they are just admiring you. Oh, this guy or this girl just went on the stage. Woo, that's great. And the other people that are experienced, they remember their first times and they have idea how it is to be on the first time at the stage. So they are also going to cheer you up, yeah? So this is also like a hack what you can do when you're stressed at being here on the stage. and also a few general tips and tricks what you can do. First of all, when you have like video and audio transmissions, please speak first to your to the technical team or to the organizers if you can transmit it, because sometimes it happens that there are some locations where it's kind of like impossible to transmit it. Today it was kind of like an exception because you checked it also, Sergey, before your talk, I think, and it was working. And actually, like at this location, it should work. But sometimes, you know, there are some technical issues. However, it's always good to speak prior to your presentation to ask the organizers, is it possible to stream it? Because sometimes it will happen that it's not going to be streamed at all, yeah? And people are going to see like blank page or it's just like movements. The next one is have a bottle or glass of water on the stage. Why it is, I'm going to show you as an example. Why it is important. First of all, of course, sometimes you need a sip of water. But there is a hack also behind it, what you can use. So basically, when you talk a lot and you're super stressed, you feel like the stress level goes up for some reason, yeah, you have no idea why, or maybe it's because it's one of your first talks, you go for your bottle, you grab it, of course you open it, yeah, it takes like a few seconds, you drink it, have another sip of water because you need another one. You close it, of course, yeah, and you give it back. You put it back on the on your table, wherever it is. Why it works? Like, what is the hack behind it? All of the people. Okay, I'll start another way. For you, it's actually like a break because you feel stressed. You have no idea what to do. The perfect situation would be you're going out or you're going for a smoke if you're a smoker, right? You have your small break. But here on the stage, you can't do a small break. It's impossible, yeah? You're here in front of the people, they are waiting for your talk. I like to continue. So this is a hack to give you like 30 seconds of a small break, yeah? That you go for this bottle, you know, you open it, you have like 30 seconds of your small break. You slow down, you can breathe and so on. And the funny thing is like no one from the audience, except of you now because you know this hack, no one from the audience knows that this is the break for you. Everyone thinks that you just need a sip of water, right? So they don't even realize this. One of the things that people are thinking, where should I look actually? Yeah, because I wanted to be connected with the audience. Actually, it's very important to be connected with your audience because this is how you also become or appear as a very good speaker, yeah, and a presenter. So one of the things is look into the eyes, of course, yeah. This is like one of the things, and but do not do like this that you're looking at one person into the eyes and the whole talk you look at this person. At some moment, it's going to be very awkward for this person that you're looking into the eyes all the time. It's super awkward, yeah, after some moment. And the other, now not, yeah, but if I would do like 20 minutes looking into your eyes, might be, right? And the other people, sorry, I'm going to stick with you for a second. So the other people, I'm quite sure that after some moments, you're going to think that I'm talking only to the sky and no one else, yeah? And you're just like, why I'm here? She wanted to give the talk to all of us and she's only staring at one person. So don't do this, yeah? If you want to look into the eyes, if you're prepared for this, because not everyone can do this and likes to do this, so look into the eyes of different people, switch them from time to time, yeah? That's one thing. The second thing, what you can do also, if you don't like to look into the eyes, look just right above the heads, somewhere like here, above the heads of people who are sitting there in front of you. Or it can happen also that you look just above the shoulder, one on the other one. Why? Because for you, if I do this, yeah, you think that, Martina is not looking at me, but she's looking at someone who is behind me. It is. If I'm going to look like this, do you think that I'm looking at you if I do this? No, I don't. I don't look at you. I don't look at you. I just look like right above your head, above yours head. not even going to you. Yeah. So this is the hack, but you think that I'm looking at you. You think I'm looking at maybe you or maybe the person behind you. So this is the hack what you can do if you don't like to look into the eyes of people. One of the last things what I want to share with you is never turn your back to the audience. This is a no-go. This is really like a no-go because you're not talking, or you're not here to talk to the wall or to the screen. You're here to talk, to deliver the talk to the audience, to the people who are in front of you. So this is something that people do in the school, the teachers, when they want to write something. Never do this. Even if you want to show something on the stage, never go like this. Oh, this is the code that I want to show you. This is the line. It's a no-go. You can use either the pointer, yeah, or you can use it by hand, but basically like going in front for the people. This is the maximum what you should do to appear as a good speaker, yeah, and showing with your hand. And also one thing, just because I see it also here, I almost forgot to say it, never touch the screen here. Here you have like how it's called, the signs. Thank you very much. So you have here the signs, but at some places you don't have them. Still, do not touch the surfaces. Why? Because we have like the natural oil on our fingers, right? Everyone has the fingerprints, but the fingerprints are also basically because we have like the natural kind of like oil on our fingers. And once you touch it, it's super, on some surfaces, it's super hard to get rid of it from the surface. So basically by cleaning the surface gets damaged. So be sure about not to touch it, yeah? If you want to show something, go for this one. Everyone knows what you're going to, what you're pointing at. So I would like to share with you as the last thing a quote from Dale Carnegie book, The Quick and Easy Way to Effective Speaking. I highly recommend this book if you want to know how to speak. There are always 3 speeches for every one you actually gave. The one you practiced, the one you gave, and the one you wish you gave. I will rephrase it, yeah? So basically, you want to have a speech here, and for every talk, even for this now for me, there are always 3 speeches that you give. The one you practice at home, the one that is actually here, and the one you wish you gave. Because after each talk, every speech, you're going home and you're just like, I forgot to say something, yeah? Some points, yeah? Or this went wrong, or this went wrong. By this, with what I told you today, I hope that those 3 speeches that you're going to give, that are going to come some closer to each other, so that the gap is not going to be this big, that is going to be a bit smaller between those 3 speeches. This is all for me today. I'm sharing with you 2 QR codes. One is my LinkedIn profile, if you would like to stay connected with me. And the other one is if you would like to have a course, like this practical course on public speaking, where you're going to speak really on each and every lesson, you can also sign up for the waiting list. If I'm going to have enough people to open the course, I'm going to contact you. Thank you very much. Now is the time for your questions.
Thank you for your talk.
You're welcome.
I have a comment, or actually a contradictory opinion.
Okay.
Basically, it means I'm not agreeing with you on one thing. The use of the light mode and dark mode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because thanks to our wonderful sponsors, we have been spoiled with LCD walls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so dark mode works great with LCD walls, TVs, etc. But sometimes, or maybe most of the times, we could be using a shitty projector and in a dark room or poorly lit room, where actually light mode is more beneficial. I think it has to do something with the contrast or whatever. Mm-hmm. So LCD screen, dark mode. Projector, light mode. Mm-hmm. Oh, and if you're drinking beverage while you're presenting, avoid carbonated sodas.
Do you speak about your experiences? Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
What's the
Okay.
question?
The question is.
Do I agree? Yes. Do I agree?
The question is things I should avoid when I'm public speaking.
So I will answer to your question. Do I agree what you said about the dark mode and light mode? You have a good point about it. Yeah, this is what I agree with that. The only one thing is like we usually we don't know what is the environment, yeah, and what is the screen what we are going to show our presentation on. So this might be tricky, but that's a very good point. Yeah. Thank you. So next question. There was some question I think on this side. No? Yes.
So, for example, I do have a tendency to stutter a lot, and do you stutter like I repeat my words,
yes,
but like get broken. Do you have any besides like in the live environments, like when I'm presenting, do you have any like tips to like how to do not have the stutter and like have a or like avoid stuttering or like having the fluent motion of speaking?
I will have like two hints for you. Yeah, you can check it out. Yeah, if it works with you. First one, practice. This is like the whole entire thing is about getting better. It's practice, practice, practice. Practice it also, for example, when you're at your company and just to say like, hey guys, I just discovered something here. I would like to share it with you. Stand in front of them and try to speak with them. So basically by practicing. The other thing is also one of the things that I shared, yeah, which can help you is it's focus also that you want to deliver, because if you focus on I'm stuttering, yeah, I stutter like a lot, and this is your focus, then you're going to stutter because your brain is like, okay, my default mode is stutter. I stutter, so I'm going to do this. And thanks for the reminding, yeah, I'm stuttering, so I will do it, yeah. So basically, don't try to avoid reminding yourself that you do this, yeah. Try to be like, I speak fluently. This is what you should, your mindset should switch to, I speak fluently. Yeah, like not fluently, how you call it, the like clear, yeah, without. I just don't want to use the word stutter. Yeah, so don't go with your head that I'm not stuttering. Yeah, go with yes, I'm going with the flow. Yeah, focus basically on what you want to deliver and not this that you're stuttering. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We are so short on time. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Good. And in case you have any other questions, yeah, you can always ask me. I'm here also at every meetup or almost every meetup.
Nice. We are so ready for our next and second to last but not least speaker. Alexander, please stand. And I think that's all yours and all
and
as
even
well.
works. So nice.
Excellent. Let's hear it.
Okay, just to be sure, I put a timer here. Okay, so how to talk with clients and sound professional. It was my initial title for this presentation. It will be more about each person you can imagine that you need to help you with something. So let's start like that. Which one of you has some stinky piece of code that is untouched since, I don't know, 4 years? No one wants to do anything about it. It needs solid refactor and you keep having a time for it. Raise your hands if you have something like that. Okay, so almost everyone. So this talk is to do something about it finally. And what you can do, what are your chances actually, if it's feasible in your company at current economy, etc. So first thing, I call it complaining framework. So, you know, some catchy word for developers that you will remember. If you need something to add to your resume or LinkedIn profile or for your performance review after you master it, you can use this buzzword, stakeholders management. So it's nice, it's corporate, and it's kinda refers to what we will be talking about. It will be in like the presentation will go with 2 parts. One will be a bit about the mindset, empathy, and things like that. And second, it will be more about algorithmic approach to this framework. So what steps you need to do one by one to just finalize your idea, get it on backlog. And I know that you didn't become a software developer to talk with people, usually, majority of you. So I'm not forcing you to now go to every single meeting with your clients or stakeholders or CTO or God knows who. I want you to equip you with some tool that will make as few calls as you need to achieve your goal. So my name is Aleksandra Budziszewska. Everyone calls me Ola, it's easier, shorter. Those phrases around my face are not the random generated words, it's my experience. I'm former soldier, I've been a developer. I was developing in C, microcontrollers, so a bit different than what you are doing. Yeah, I've been working with government, startups, military, corporations. Now I'm running a mobile team for American corporation. So let's start with mindset. So there is a goal of each company in the world, really each company in the world. And unfortunately, it's not writing code. So your code is very important. Usually in current world, like technology is a base, it's foundation. So your job is very, very important. But it's important because it brings money to the company. And it's brutal truth. And every time you need a refactor of this stinky code, you need to think about it in terms of money that goes to the company or are getting away from the company because of this code. So no stakeholder from mid-level management or higher will talk about it with you unless there is this point connecting those two words. So you need to have some connection between what you need and what they need, what they want to achieve. And we will get to it later. Second, this concept is a bit comic, but it drives a picture. So imagine elephant. Every time you think that somebody is stupid, crazy, this decision doesn't make sense at all, it's not logical. Think about elephant.
Sometimes you're right.
Think about elephant, because everyone in this image is blind, and they have some touching points to the elephant. And everyone thinks that it's something different. So you as developers thinks that company is your application. The sales thinks that the company is selling to customers. CEO might think that it's about bringing investors or something. And one thing that I can guarantee you currently, that no one sees the entire elephant. Everyone sees maybe broader element of it, maybe smaller piece, but no one sees the entire elephant. And it's no one's fault. So if you talk with somebody and you have this idea, it's stupid. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's stupid if you're part of the elephant. Next. And if you want to remember only one thing from this presentation, it should be this. Talk with the right people about right things. So if you want to get your thing done, because it's very painful, because you know that this is important, maybe to the entire app, to the entire business, you know that it's valid. You need to find right people who will support you, who will help you, who will make your problem their problem. And this will give you a buy-in. So we will get to how find them and how define what's important for somebody very, very soon. But only one thing from this presentation. It's talking with the right people about the right things. That's where magic happens. So, before you even start, thinking what problem you want to solve, what is the most important in the world, think about your company, what they might need. Because every company has something I call buzzword of the month. Currently, it's probably something about AI. AI chat, AI performance boosters, anything like that. So during some town halls or, I don't know, special Slack channels that you muted long time ago, probably somewhere there is a list of priorities for the company that is, announced for everyone. And if you want to get something done, it's really important to find those buzzwords. The things that company works on, that is very important for them. And this way, you can then make a list of your problems. Just list everything you can think about. Designs are ugly. I don't know. Onboarding is buggy. This module needs refactor, anything. And try to think what this particular piece of code does, how it can be related to the business, to the strategy. Because if it's not related to the company priorities, it's not very likely that somebody will even talk with you about it. They have their business priorities. They have either KPIs, OKRs, anything. Even if you are a startup or small company, they're even tougher in budget. They have their priorities. And without connecting your issue to solving actual business problems, no one will spend money. Money is your time. Just on fixing it, just for the art, because it's something that needs to be done. How to connect it? So this slide is about two things. This higher part is the things that brought out attention from you. So if you use words like refactor, architectural change, outdated libraries, it's my favorite. These are not the buying words. Everyone, if you just use those words, are getting bored. It's like for your product manager, even probably engineering manager. They've heard it so many times that it's like they filtered it out. Like Serhi filtered some waves from the sound that he made. So if you want somebody to listen to you actually about your problems, it would be nice to find relevant metrics. We are in data-driven economy. Everyone uses data. We're collecting data from our customers. We're collecting data about developers. So this DX, so development experience, DX metrics like cycle time, like PRs per week. I love it. It brings nothing, but some people use it. And if you can connect your particular problem to one of the metrics that your company collects, it's much easier to get your problem solved. So how you can rephrase it? Onboarding is broken. Onboarding completion rate is dropped because you probably have some kind of access to those metrics. If you don't, you probably know people who have access to them, and you can discuss it with them. So you know that this piece of code is broken. So try to look for things that might be important to fix related to this problem that you have. Designs are ugly, user churn, so a lot of users are going away from our app. We have too many outdated libraries, so we spend more time on maintenance than on the new features. It's sometimes measured. And next thing, as engineers, I've been there, we talk a lot about problems. And it's kind of obvious for us what the solution is. But it's not always that obvious for the business. So if you go to some kind of manager with a problem, it would be nice to have some general plan. I don't talk about set of Jira tickets or Gantt chart or anything fancy. Just, I don't know, we need to see what bugs on onboarding we have, prioritize them probably, and add them to, I don't know, next sprint, and I need one more developer to help me fix it. That's all. So it's very general and basic plan, nothing fancy. No like very detailed, estimated or something like that. Just something general that people know how you want to deal with the issue. Next. So find the right people. That's the important thing. And so you want to increase your chances of getting hurt. You want to have actual conversation with the person. And this way you boost your chances to have something done. So, and important, get to the point. So don't talk about something that is very vital for you, like which line of code you need to change or which part of it is broken. It's like talking about things that are important for the people we are talking with. So those metrics from slides before. And the tool that you can use to find right people is called stakeholders map. Each company and each of you probably will have different stakeholders map. It can have client, it can have, I don't know, backend developers here, if you have issues with backend developers. But it's very important to understand the motives of these people. So what might be important for team leader, it's actually technical stuff this time. Maybe team morale. For engineering manager, it will be probably level higher. So maybe how fast we deliver, what are those metrics that we follow, and things like that. For QA, will be quality. And one tip is sometimes by asking QA, you can find out that something that helps QA do automations or something like that might be something that help you in your code. Maybe you have the problem in the same place, and two of you can find maybe time to change something for certain reason. Next one. Product manager. So product metrics usually, those people are crazy about metrics, really. And if you ask them about the rationale for the decision, you will get like 4 different documents about it with a lot of metrics and stuff like that. Program manager, it's me. So what I really like, it's delivery, what obstacles you have, what you need to overcome to be faster. And what I really like, it's number of bugs near deadline. It's what's important for me. So if in the middle of the project, you see that you can do something fast or do it right, probably I would like to have a talk about it with you, because I might be afraid of backfire at the end of the project. And maybe that's the moment that I can buy you some time to do something properly, maybe to refactor it. UX, it's usually easy, but I'm not sure what we can do with UX usually. And the tough stuff is handling rejection. Because it's not like you take those slides, prepare yourself, do the best presentation as Martina advised today. Will be very well prepared. You will have dark mode or something. You will talk with them like crazy, either on some stand-up, on retro, on one-on-one meeting with somebody. You present every rationale you have. It's related to this company priorities. You do everything right. And somehow you didn't get permission to do it. It happens. And it's not because you didn't prepare it. And it's probably not because you are stupid or your idea is stupid. It might be valid. But remember about the elephant. They have different part of elephant that you don't see probably. And maybe this decision is made based on some other stuff that you don't know about. So important thing is, like with influencing people, it's not like programming a robot. You know, put your arm there, make a step, things like that. It's more about connecting, making relations, discussing with them, sounding like partner. So if you don't talk about everything is bad, I have stupid tickets, this piece of code stinks. Oh my god, it's going to blow up. We have 80 outdated libraries, and so on and so forth. No one wants to listen to you anymore. It's like they know that you will just complain about things and don't solve anything. There are no propositions valid for those people. Maybe those problems are valid, but they are not read as it. Another thing and important concept about rejection, it's related. It's called circle of concern. So you have an area when you have full control. You can do yourself. So you deliver a feature. It's a nice feature. You see outdated library there, and you just update it. It's nearby, you can do it. No one bothers. It's in your control, on your desk. Next circle is influence. So what you can gain by talking with people. So you can go to somebody, use those steps, prepare yourself step by step, have everything, and you gain something. Or you gain part of it. But this is your influence circle. And the last one is circle of concern. So things that interest you, but you haven't got any influence on it. The hard part is to differentiate concern and influence part. And it's rather difficult, and this border is usually fluent. So you can gain more influence, you can have less. But for example, company strategy in the corporation, it's not something that you can discuss. It is what it is. But, you know, if you cannot change organization, you can always change organization and go to new place. So whatever is valid for you and important and common. So to sum up, we have complaining framework. So first step would be finding this buzzword of the month. So doing your homework and being prepared. Next one, rephrase the problem. So don't talk about technical problems, talk about metrics. Metrics are the easiest that are important for those people. Next, you have basic plan. So some basic steps, general, maybe some time you have in mind. What time might it take to do it? Find right stakeholder with matching motive, and it might be more people than what I listed in the slides. Probably there are more people around you that can help you. And if you cannot change something, wait for next opportunity. Sometimes it's just a matter of time. In my mobile app, we've got just this opportunity for one module. It is refactor. We have very, very big search module, and we needed to do something about it because we have some strange bugs there. And it weren't any idea, any opportunity to do it for 3 years, but now there's AI. And now AI is part of search. So now we have every money in the world to do it. So, you know, sometimes you need just to wait for the right moment. So now I'm wondering if you want to go with the quick exercise with me. Somebody maybe has idea what to do here? Go on.
Okay, so the first thing you got to do is the rephrasing, because the code needs a refactor. It doesn't really talk to any particular stakeholder. It's just to another developer. So you got to rephrase that to include some form of, ideally, metrics if you're needing to get that approved. Second, you're going to need to make sure the person that you're discussing this with is relevant, right? Don't go to the UI designer with this topic. That wouldn't make any sense. But certainly if someone is, let's say, the product owner, and they're the ones that give you the final approval on what issues make it into the next sprints or the next products, then yeah, for sure, go to them. Moreover, when you're picking the person to go to, not only look at are they relevant to this, but also what's their motivation? Do you guys align with it? Because if you guys have an alignment already and you're moving towards the same goal, it's a lot easier to convince them rather than, you know, you have to first pitch your idea, but also now get them aligned motivation.
Exactly. It was very nice summary of the whole speech. Now let's go maybe with example here. So the thought that needs the refactor, let's stick with the onboarding. what you think might be to fill
onboarding.
those gaps?
So one really good thing here, onboarding, provide a metric. Is there churn going on with onboarding? Can you tell that over time, onboarding takes longer than it has before? Because a longer onboarding time creates friction. If you can prove that, there you go, you have a first metric, so you can rephrase it as onboarding has more churn. Onboarding takes longer, users are bouncing more.
So it will be probably product manager.
Yeah.
What was my idea? So I was going with engineering manager. So our metrics dropped because it's too complicated and we need to refactor it to have better performance. But it depends on the situation. In your example, it was very good. So different parts can be touched here. Different business metrics. You just need to have your eyes open to find them. Wanna go with next one? Anybody? Let's go.
Like for example, instead of my eyes burn when I see the designs, you could like go to an UI designer and like, oh, this design could have a little bit more change towards to make it more pleasant for people who have some problems with sites, and we could make it more better for them to read the design.
Nice. So accessibility.
Accessibility, for example.
Nice. It's very, very nice idea. Yeah. Yeah, and we can go directly to designer with it. We need to improve accessibility. Very, very nice one. Okay, I went with UX. So the feature adoption was low in this idea. You can find whatever you like. And I'm going to product manager with it. And we want to have the better feature adoption. And the last one. Anyone? I can just feel it if it's too tough.
Okay, you know what? It's the third ticket this month I get when I need to ask at least 3 other people what actually needs to be done. I really like to see that the description of the task have all the action points correct, because actually I spent already 1.5 a day, you pay me for it, to actually get to know what needs to be done in this task. So I assume it's gonna be my time and money spent on me will be better consumed if I will take the task and I really do know where to start and what to do.
Nice. So the time of development increased because nice. Yeah, I went with the velocity as well. But I used something called very sexy incorporate escalation. So I used my engineering manager to go talk with someone who writes tickets. Okay, that's it. Sorry, probably I exceeded my time. Yeah, so yeah, let's stay in touch if you want. Here's a link to this page. There's the presentation then and the form if you want to know more about the soft skills. Maybe you can give me idea what interests you the most.
Today's meetup we have covered a whole, almost complete full stack of human abilities.
Full development cycle.
Public speaking and.
Is there any DevOps here?
yeah, just a little bit more. Yeah. So while you prepare, maybe we'll have time for one question, just one, and you people ask questions, and you can. Because
everyone just wants to go home.
No.
So do you think it's more like so we should try to kind of sell our problem and find the person who solve it for?
30 minutes.
Even if you go to somebody who is very close to you.
Okay.
I work very closely with my developers, but I really prefer when they are prepared. So if I don't need to ask a lot of follow-up questions, why refactor, what is needed, what it breaks, things like that.
And how about, like, for example, I do not know the whole organization. Do you have like a tactic who I could talk possibly? Or like, who do you think in the organization could know the people, right people?
You know, it's very wise to go with people you know and work with first. Really, it's easier to get them on board. It's easier for you to talk with them. You don't need to be a public speaker or something like that. You don't need to be very social. You just need to use your connections. And sometimes, if you work with clients, I'm working in agency, and sometimes I'm just passing the ideas of my developers. But it's also easier for you as a developer to sell it first to somebody who speaks with someone else, so they can be like your sponsor for this idea.
Thank you.
Let's talk about JavaScript under the hood.
Hello everyone, my name is Michał Simiński. I'm a front-end developer mainly in the biotech industry, and today I want to talk to you about the engines of JavaScript, so V8, so the Spider Monkey, so for Chromium and for the Firefox. And we will mostly focus on the part of optimization, but not only. Let's firstly take a look at our road. So first I want you to know that JavaScript is not simply read line by line like a Node basic. It's actually JIT compiled language, so just in time compiled. And yeah, it has to take the multi-level pipeline to just be fast and cool as we know it. So a bit of a bytecode, a bit of the machine code, but this in the future. So first, what's our raw text file needs to do is we are having this engine, and the engine sends the scanner into our text file. This scanner is searching for the words, for example, function or something special else, but it doesn't understand the word function. It just takes it and push it as a token into the engine. And while we have this good amount of tokens, we are creating the abstract syntax tree. We are sending the parser into these tokens, and it creates it. As you can see, it's pretty simple. Sorry for that. And this is the hierarchical representation of our program logic. If anything is wrong with our code, we will know right here. And yeah, this is the place where we don't have any noises like comments, like spaces. This is not the place for this. Yeah. And next, what's going on? We have the interpreter that comes into this AST tree, and this interpreter is translating this AST tree into the bytecode. Bytecode is some lightweight representation of our program logic. It takes it and doesn't create the binary, the raw machine code, because it could be too costly for our memory of CPU. Instead of, we have this, and while we are having the bytecode, we can start working on it in this JIT optimization, so just in time. And what does it mean? We have something called now profiler. Profiler goes into this bytecode and searching for something called hot functions. And hot functions are functions that are used, I don't know, multiple times, like translations, like parse something into something. And while we have it, because it's used like thousands of times, we are sending the turbofan or maglev into this function. The turbofan and maglev takes it and create the raw machine code to be as fast as possible. And thanks to that, we have, I don't know, 80% of bytecode and the 20% of raw machine code with it. And yeah, this is the essence of just-in-time optimization now, because yeah, while we're having this AST tree is updating all the time, because we are using something called lazy parsing here. And the lazy parsing means, from the front-end developer perspective, it's like lazy loading. So we are updating our AST tree all the time, because something can change, something maybe don't have to be there, and we are just updating this AST3, and something might be more hot in the few minutes while we are updating the program, and we just evaluate it. Next one, we have the execution, and the execution means while we are having some object that has some attributes, this object is saved as a shape or hidden classes. This hidden classes is saved in the memory offset, and next time we are seeing the same object with the same classes in our program in the future, we just take it from the memory offset to just also save the performance boost. And yeah, it is also a big optimization factor for the engines. And then lastly, we have our output. So assuming that everything is okay with our code, we are fine. But if, I don't know, we have a function that as an attribute should come string, but it happens to be number because we didn't respect the types, whatever, we are having something called bailout or de-optimization. And this bailout moving back us to the second step. So bytecode, we are going back from the raw machine code right to the save bytecode. And this is pretty costly operation. So from our perspective, just our code will be as fast as it's predictable. And yeah, from our perspective, just remember that. And I think that's it from my side. So thank you.
Yeah, it's such a shame it's a lightning talk and the last one for the day, because this entire thing is just something people have to know, and I think it's an incredible topic. There's so much stuff around how browsers work, Gate itself. Anyway, yes, as I said, unfortunately we have extended our hospitality quite a bit, and with that in mind, we shall be going and imagine there are some slides that say, actually, no, you don't have to. I have to.
Where's the cut?
I'm just really lost in this once again. Let's just maybe see it. Give me a second, right? Somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Look at that. This is these are the slides, and we should have a final nice slide with saying, there you go. Okay. Stuff happens, you know how it is. Right, with that in mind, if you enjoyed or if you absolutely hated this meetup, you can scan this QR code and send us your warm regards, feedback on so we could like improve and make stuff better, or you can just say, I absolutely hated it, it was the most boring, the worst 3 hours of my life. You could also say that. Ban you from our in this case. Anyway, so people scan this. I've seen some phones up, right? And yeah, so we have a lineup for our next meetup, which is going to be on the 11th of February. I'm really bad with months and numbers for some reason. It's February, yes. Yep, and I think it's going to be fun. And yes, so if you're willing to come and see us in a different place, you can scan this QR code and get a earliest of the early birds tickets, so it's as cheap as possible, you know. Yeah, I've seen some people scan, right? And if you're too lazy to remember to get tickets for every other meetup, you can just get a yearly ticket. This helps us with like financial planning and stuff, and we can extend our gratitude to you for that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, you can do that, and it will help us out. Oh, someone's scanning. Yeah, good, excellent. Right, so is there another slide? I don't think there is. So with that in mind, I thank everyone for coming here, and we'll have, I guess, 10 to 15 minutes to hang around and chat, and then as we leave. Oh yes, and most importantly, I invite everyone on stage now so we could take a nice group picture. Yay!
And please try to compress as much as possible.
Yes.
Just in time compilation.
Switch it off for one photo.
background. Like, can we take one with the background and one without? Because it takes like a photos turn up a lot of the time. Yes.
Or in the middle, please.
This is the point where
I can
say,
I
like,
can
the
do very
background.
quickly. I can do this.
That's optional. You can do online.
Oh, it's on your laptop.
No. Can we just switch on the screen after?
Oh, he said compress.
There you go. Pretty good.